Welcome to Component.Studio project live stream. We are here with Arnaud today. He's got a project that he wants to show us and some questions that we need to answer. And hopefully along the way we can all learn something. I know I'm learning a lot from doing these live streams, so I'm hoping everybody else is as well. Arnaud, why don't you introduce yourself and your project?
All right, so my name is Arnaud. I'm a French teacher, French as a second language. And during my teaching, I realized that my kids could benefit from card games and board games. But they have to be simple because you don't have much time during the class time to play games, so you cannot have long games. So the goal is to actually have play games with specific card games that are very targeted to specific problem regarding grammar, and for them to play and then to observe patterns. And after observing these patterns and playing, at the end of the games, all the cards that had made sentences have specific patterns, and I tell them, okay, so these cards have these patterns, what do you think is the rule?
Nice.
So this way they kind of think about the rule rather than me pointing out in the book, this is the rule, and they could not care less. So that gave them, there is pattern observation, recognizing the pattern, and making up rules that hopefully they will remember a little bit better than just by reading in the book or watching on the board.
And you've noticed higher engagement in class as well?
Sorry?
You've noticed higher engagement in class as well with this?
Yes, I did. I haven't used the card that I'm preparing on Component.Studio yet. So far, I've been using index cards, so very crude, but I've seen more engagement. So
nice.
It's interesting, and it's also a question of making sure of expectations are set and all that. So, you know, it's not just play, but it's play and learning at the same time. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So, I had some questions, and the first question I have, and I know in the past I knew that, but I forgot.
Okay.
Here in the center here, I have the and L apostrophe, but that should be in the same line. So I don't know what I'm missing in my spreadsheets. When you see raw data, it's written like that.
Yep.
Right.
Why don't you go to the layer that's displaying that? Let's take a look at the layer.
All right. So proof center text. All right.
Okay. So do you see how your width is only 75 pixels? If you were to hit the there's a little fingerprint up at the top there, in the top bar of article center. There's a fingerprint with a line through it. Click the fingerprint with the line through it. You were on the eyeball.
Yeah, sorry.
No, not that. Go to the top bar where it says article center. Go to the eyeball, and then the next one over is a fingerprint with a line through it. Click the fingerprint. All right, so that shows you a little box around it so you can see how big the thing thinks it is. So now if you were to go to your width, you could type something a little bigger.
Yeah, and I'm going to need to do that for...
And do you want it to be the full width of the card?
That would be smart because I'm going to have other cards that will be actually longer than that.
Okay.
Where the words will be longer than that.
Why don't you click the three dots then?
Right.
Yeah, click that. And then if we go to design, the design button, and click safe width.
Oh, all right.
And then you can paste that into there, and then that'll make it the whole width of your design.
Okay, so that answers my question. So bear with me. I'm going to go to... I might as well do that now. I'm going to go to activities because I had the same, of course, the same problem.
Sure.
So... and that... So let's see. It was a design...
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna. All right, so now there was one that was causing problem, which was that one. Now that one is, well, that's really cool, and American football. That's perfect.
Awesome.
Well, that's fantastic. So that's one thing done.
All right.
There was another thing regarding the background, because, and that was for, that was for the same game. Let's see. So I wanted a background, but the thing is, when I use a color, I try to use a Z index with a specific color, but for whatever reason, if I do a specific color, like for example, if because I use the color that I entered in my spreadsheet, but basically it wouldn't show any other things than just the color of the background. And when I use the Z index and I put it at 500, it wouldn't work. It would block the other layers. So what I ended up doing is that I ended up using effects and blending and multiply.
Mm.
And that worked. But I don't know if it's the best way to do it.
So I'm not exactly understanding. Well, so first of all, Z index is almost never the answer to the problem. So why did you want to use Z index? What about, you just want to create a background color? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to do that, let's turn off Z index on
Okay.
that. And is white the background color that you wanted?
No, not necessarily. I chose white because that was
Good for blending.
But I can choose another color and we can see what happens.
Yeah, why don't you pick something where we can actually see it, because white doesn't really show up very well, right?
Yeah. So let's do that.
Okay. And so you just want the background there to be just that blue color?
Yeah, I'm not definitive on the color.
So let's turn off blending also, because I know you were blending.
Blending normal. I choose normal, right?
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So now, if all we have to do to make the background color work is we need to move it so that it is the very first thing on the card. So if you click here at the there you go. Move it and move it to the bottom.
Oh, sorry, to the bottom.
To the bottom. Yep.
Oh, and then it will. Okay, great. Okay, now I understand.
Yep, because it's building up layers, right?
Yeah. Okay. So that's absolutely amazing.
I want to point out one other thing though with your background color. There's something weird going on here that you're going to want to fix because it's going to be ugly later. So right now you have a blue background that is going partway past the blue line. So if you're looking for a white border, it should only go up to the blue line. If you're looking for it to be blue all the way to the edge of the card, then it should go out past all of the red area. So which is it that you're looking to do?
I want to bleed all the way to the red.
Okay. So then let's change your width and your height. Go into the 3 dots menu on the width field.
Yeah.
And then click design and and click width all the way at the bottom.
Oh yeah, because it's
and then paste that in where you got the 700.
Yeah.
All right. So then you'll see that it goes all the way out to the width, and then we need to do that same thing for the height.
Okay. Design, I'm going to height. Right there. Okay, all right. Okay, now it's okay. So I'll change for the others, but that's fantastic.
Good.
And then colors and etc. I need one day to talk to an artist because I'm clueless regarding colors. So these are more like
Placeholder.
I need to put that on my cards and etc. I have a sense of specific things that I want to do, but color-wise, I need to talk to somebody who knows about colors.
Me too. I'm bad at that stuff too.
So let's see. There's one thing I'm not quite sure what to do. So basically, what I would like, you see so there is an illustration. So I have two problems with the illustration. Let's talk about the border first. So the border, I don't know if it's a good idea, but I would like the color of the border to match the color of the unlock images on top.
Okay.
So if the unlock is yellow, the border should be yellow. So for students, that would be kind of easy to kind of catch that.
Yep. So how do you get the color of your lock? What is setting the color?
All right. So the lock from images, and my images are here. So it must be from another folder. Unlock, I guess. Yeah, they are here. So I don't know if there is a specific color here.
Yeah, so all right. If you want to color code them so that they're identical, there's a couple of different ways to do it. I think the easier way is actually going to be to use a black lock and color the black lock to be whatever color you want it to be. Right now you've uploaded a whole bunch of different colors of locks, but you really only need one.
All right.
Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah, no, I can do that.
Okay.
And it has to be black so I can change the color?
Yeah. Well, you've got one that's up that's kind of dark gray. I think that should work. If you went to the other folder that you were in before.
Yeah. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that one right there. Actually, there's a black one down below there.
That's a very, very dark.
Yeah, unlock black. Great. So let's use that one.
Okay.
And where is the lock in your design there? What layer is it in? Oh, you're leaving. Okay.
Oh, sorry. If I can do that in my data set, I believe I can change it here, right?
Yeah, but you won't even need to. I will show you.
Okay.
Actually, what we would want here is a color. So why don't we add another column here that's you call it lock color or whatever it is that whatever makes sense to you. Okay.
That it's not text, it's color.
Right. Yep. Okay. And then why don't you type in blue, green, red, and yellow into those fields? You can always change the names or the specific colors later. Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to your game then, your design.
So design, and I was in partitive or I was in. We can do that in activities.
Okay. All right. So go to the layer that has your lock in it.
My lock. So.
Okay. And so then in here, let's change the image to be that black one. So if you just, select that and pick the black lock.
I'm going to scroll down. Black, that one.
There you go. Cool. Uh-oh. It didn't actually update the lock. So is this not the right one? No. The image is the correct image. I'm just saying on the left-hand slide, I don't think this is the right layer.
Oh, bear with me. Oh, because I have several layers depending on whether it is plural or let's see. So that one is masculine singular. All right, so that's why.
Okay.
Because I have nope. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, no, it's me who's not knowing my French. This is apostrophes. So right, so up, yeah. So that one black.
Okay. So now we're going to go down to effects in the same layer.
Okay.
Open up effects.
Effects.
All right. And then we're going to do color overlay.
Okay.
And we're going to enable that. And then in the overlay color, click the three dots, click row.
All right, I see.
And now we'll pull in your lock color that you just created. Yep, and paste that into the field. Okay, good. And now that should, and it did, just colorize your lock to be the color of the field in your data set. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so I need to do that for the other layers.
Yes. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and do that if you'd like on the other layers.
So that one apostrophe. So
I didn't mention this before, but if anybody has questions, you're welcome to pop in. It looks like there's only 3 of us in here, so Chevy probably doesn't have any questions.
So that's black. Yep, and that's good. So now I need to go to effects and color overlay. Yeah, now that I know that, next time I create something, I will copy these layers rather than to have to do all that. By the way, the copy layers is great because I started using it, and that saved me some time on things, really.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, no, that's I haven't used the new thing that you have done with Google Sheets. But that's going to be a really time saver because I've been creating. Would I do? No, I cannot do that here. Silly me. Color. By the way, well, I need to read about that, but the thing that you have about icon, so let's see, that one was what? That one was masculine singular, so let's see what's masculine singular. Basketball. Yeah. And then the last one is that one. So that one is cool. I just need to change the effects. The color overlay. That should be, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
The colors are atrocious, but that I will fix that with somebody who knows about it.
Yeah. So now the other thing that you wanted to do was you wanted the border to match the lock color. So now we can go to the place where that image is with the border, and we can.
That was illustration.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now I see what you mean. Now let's see if I'm smart. I'm gonna go to outline, and I'm gonna go here, I guess.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go to row.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna lock color. I'm so smart.
pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, but yeah, except that it's a good idea. I'm not sure it's pretty, but I'm sure somebody who has a better eye for colors will tell me design wise. I think it's a good idea to actually do that because for students it's going to be helping them figure out things.
Yeah.
Because basically what you have is you have the partitive article card that's going to be right before that card.
Mm.
And so there is a lock on the partitive article card to tell them, well, that's not the end of the sentence. You need to put something there afterward.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you put that card, which finishes the sentence, then it's unlocked, telling them, okay, that now you have the whole sentence that is completed. So, because some students, it may be basic, but some students have a very basic understand of the sentence structure.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of not only do French, but also do some English grammar with them.
Yeah.
So that's why. And that depends also on the level of the students. If it's middle school or high school, I wouldn't do that because most of them are, But middle school, if it's sixth grade, some of them really need help on grammar and stuff like that.
Sure.
So that's one thing. What else did I have? Let's see. Oh yeah. So same thing here for that image. I would like the image to be kind of padded between the text and the bottom. Here it's not really centered. So I don't know how I can do it between the word basketball and the bottom of the card to make it like it's centered between the two.
Okay. Do you is the line that contains basketball, does that ever move? Is it ever two lines?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay. Well, then it's just a matter of moving the image. Just manually moving the image is the easiest way to do it. So you can. I was going to say we could do it mathematically if you'd like, but you can also just drag it if you want. It's up to you.
No, but mathematically I could learn something about it.
Okay. So then what we want to do is we need to figure out... All right. So we'll see if you're comfortable with this. This might get too complicated. It might be easier to just move it. But if you want to do the more complicated mathematical way, we will do it that way. Yeah. So click into the three dots of the top. Y. Yeah. On the right-hand side there. Yeah. Nope, that's left. We want to go top. To the right-hand side.
Right. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Y.
The Y. Yep. Okay. So if we want to figure this out, we need to know where the bottom of basketball is so we can do some math. So why don't we go, let's do actually go to the functions. Yep. And do layer bottom.
Okay. Layer bottom. Oh, yeah. Right.
Yep. And then we need to paste that in there. And we need to know the name of the layer we're talking about. So what's the name of the text layer?
The name of the text layer is center text.
Okay, so type that in where it says name goes here.
Yeah. That should work.
Yeah, so that's not working. So let me show you an easier way to do this. If you go down to there, see how there's a box in that. Let's do a different thing. So go down to Center Text Activities.
Yep.
Click on the box. It's eyeball. Then there you go, box. Click that, and then click bottom. Good. Now let's go back up to illustration. And then copy and paste that whole layer, or copy that whole thing out of there, or delete it, I should say, and then paste in the new thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now our image is aligned to the bottom of that. So we found the bottom, but now what we need is we need the difference between the bottom of that and the bottom of the safe zone. So let's go back into the three dots menu. We're going to do some math.
Okay, that one?
Yep, right in there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So from that, we want to subtract the difference, or half of the difference between the bottom and
the frame of the image.
Yes. Well, and we need the image's size as well, actually. So we know that the height of that is 350 pixels because you've got it right there. So we're just what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, first let's get the distance between the two things. So layer bottom minus, go over into the thing and type this. So you're at layer bottom activities. No, leave that. After activities. After activities, we want to go, or actually, I guess it's before layer bottom, isn't it? Because we want to do the maximum first. I'm sorry, I'm thinking through this and talking too fast. Let's go to design first. Right. Click the design button. No, you were in there. Stay in there.
I'm sorry.
Click the design button down below and click safe bottom. And let's paste that before layer bottom.
Before, all right. I'll make sure that
all right, and then we've got to get rid of the extra brackets that it put in there. So get rid of the 2 brackets there and the 2 on the other side as well.
Okay, but I still need not the V, that.
Yep.
And the other brackets, that is before design, right?
Yep, before design, yep. Okay. Sorry, so we're getting complicated here, so sorry about that. But anyway, so design safe bottom minus layer bottom will give us the difference between those 2 spaces, right? So let's subtract, oh, nope, you put an enter there. Don't put an enter there. Put a minus, put layer bottom back together. There you go. And put a minus sign between bottom and layer bottom. Oh, you put an enter back in there again. Move your cursor over to the first part of layer.
Design safe bottom layer.
Yep.
Oh, silly me. Sorry. That.
And put a minus sign between them. Or space minus space.
Oh, all right. Sorry to be so slow. I don't know why it does that. Design safe bottom. Oh yeah, but Arnaud, stop.
What? Well, you had it right. You had it right there. Space. No. Don't move. Put between the M and the L, put space minus space.
Okay.
You did it between the L and the A. You need to do it between the M and the N.
Hold on. Bear with me. I need my reading glasses because.
Okay. That's explaining it.
Sorry like that. Because that's what it is. All right, so now it's going to be better. So that should work now, but I still have the L.
Nope, you still have the L over there. And we're not done. That's just the first part of it. So we need the difference between those 2, and then we need to subtract the width of the image from that. So at the end there, after activities parenthesis, add another minus and 350, because we know the height of our image is 350.
Do I put no, I don't put a space between the minus and the 350.
Yeah, you do.
Or do I?
And the space between them is mainly just for readability. Makes it easier to read. All right. So now we have the difference between, or we have that how much space there should be. But if we save right now, go ahead and save. That should put the image at the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not putting it at the bottom because we haven't done the other part yet. We need to have, so we want to subtract that whole value from or I'm sorry, add that whole value from the layer to the layer bottom activities again. So copy the section that says layer bottom activities. Yep, copy that and paste that before design safe bottom. And then add a space plus space in there. Between activities, yeah, right there. Yep. Put a plus in there. Perfect. Good. All right, so now we're at the bottom. So we need to do one last thing so that we can get it halfway between the bottom and basketball. And that one last thing is that we need to divide that remainder from itself. So what I want you to do is put parentheses. We want to divide it in half. So take the design safe bottom, put a parentheses just before design safe bottom, and then end the parentheses after the 350.
Oh yeah, this way that will be all together.
Yeah, that's right. It's all together, and then /2. So we're going to divide that by 2. Divide that number by 2, right?
All right.
So that should put it halfway between, mathematically speaking.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that was the hard way to do it, right? We could have just dragged and dropped it into position, but at least this way, if you move basketball, or I mean, you move the text portion, now this will automatically update. So if you wanted to test that, you could move the top part of basketball somewhere if you wanted to, but it's up to you.
Yeah, no, but I prefer that because this way, yeah, exactly. If you make changes, that will actually move in respect to that.
That's right.
And also, eye-wise, I may think that it's in between, but it may not be perfect. So I prefer that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
That is absolutely fantastic. Plus, I'm learning stuff in terms of logic, so that I may have to go to read that again, but that's great.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah. If you still have some time, I have a question regarding data sheets, and I'm going to show you. Let's see, enumeration, illustration. Yeah, I think so. I had one thing. So that was in another game, which is the verb card game. So what I have here, it's going to be a card game like the deck building game.
Okay.
And so the students will have subject pronoun cards that will be color-coded, where each pronoun, and again the design is not best, but that's my attempt to do something pretty.
Sure.
So basically, so what's in the middle is a French subject pronoun, and I have them all with different values. So each subject pronoun will have a value of 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
And then what you'll have is you will have the verb that will have a cost. And so the verb, depending on which subject pronoun will be used, will have a cost of 1 or 2 or 3. And so the students will start their game with the base cards with subject pronouns that can buy up to 2, right? But then they will draw from the subject card for the subject pronoun cards, and they will be able to draw cards that are they will be able to draw verbs that are value of 3, 4, and 5. So and this way they'll be able to buy these verb cards. Let's see, these verb cards, and then they will have mission cards. So the mission cards are, they will have, for example, this card, and they will have to fill out it's like a bingo, right?
Okay.
But instead of doing a simple bingo, I wanted them to have the possibility to try to get the maximum points they could. So by having the basic cards, like in some deck building games, where you have the basic cards, and then as you go, you draw from a pile and you get better cards. That's the idea. Is that some students will be happy to just get cards that are basic, right? And I'm fine with that, and they will not win the game, but they'll be happy to just fill out the stuff.
Right.
But other students who want to win, they will actually be trying to get cards that are that give them more points. So at the end, they get more points. So that was the idea behind it. So I have each layer for the type of cells here. And I was able to figure out here the color and etc. That I wanted depending on the type of verb. So for example, ER verbs, there'll be that color. So I figured that out in my data set. Let's see, where is my enumeration card? Oh yeah, it's a long thing. And I figured that out here.
Okay.
So I attributed a specific color according to the type, the group of verb. Now, I put this here because I could have put one column and put nous adorons, comma, vous adorez, comma, in the same column, and then enumerate that column. But I'm not sure if it's going to work or not.
Why wouldn't it work?
Well, I was afraid that because there were spaces between the subject and the verb.
Oh no.
That they would no.
That'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Okay. So I'll change that in Google Sheets, and then I'll reload it. So this way, because that will be, I think, cleaner in my sheets rather than to have all these long stuff.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can. The only thing that enumeration cares about is commas. So it's looking. It will eliminate spaces that are on the front or the back. So like if you had let's say you did word 1, comma, space, then word 2, it would ignore that space that's next to the comma there. But otherwise, if there were spaces in the middle of the word, it's fine with that. It's just looking for the commas.
Okay, cool. All right. And let's see if I had. Oh yeah, because. Okay, so I almost forgot why. Because that's gonna help me, because I want another column here to actually illustrate the card.
Oh, okay.
And if I don't put, let's see. If I don't put, sorry, I apologize, I have a blank here. So that sorted out that card game. But also I had the same in Faire Jouer, which is about activities. So see, I have the harmonica here, but of course it shows the harmonica because in my raw data, I only have that. So, sorry, I'm blanking here on the question to ask you. If I see the data set, I will understand what I want to ask you. All right, so we have that. So now what I want to add is a column with illustration.
Okay.
That's going to be a URL. And and then I'm going to draw from either images or, like for example, this one. Let's see that I don't goof around. Apostrophe. Oh, that's the one. Yes. So okay. So that's my okay. I apologize. That's my question. So you have the column of name called apostrophes, right?
Yep.
Then you have the activities that are enumerated, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is now I have plenty of illustrations because of course, accordion will not get the same images that harmonica. So my question is, do I have to have a single cell for each type of activity, and how do I put my illustration? That would make it like quite a lot of cells in the column of activities.
Yeah, so you don't actually need to put the image in here at all, actually, which is great news for you. So your activities are enumerated, and I assume each activity will have its own unique image. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me show you how to do that. Would it be okay to rename your harmonica, or do you want to upload a different image that we could just use as an example?
No, I can change the name.
Okay. So let's change the name of the harmonica to be one of the enumerated activities.
Okay, so that will be, sorry.
Yep.
Well, that will be harmonica with the little h.
Okay.
So let's see.
Yep.
That's easy enough.
Yep.
I think I understand what you're going to do, but...
Well, we're going to use the enumeration names as our image names, and then we can reference that directly in our design. So let's go back to our design now.
Okay. And that was in activities.
Yeah, this is a very cool use of, well, you can do it. You can do it even without enumerations, but this is a great way to do it with enumerations. So let's go to your harmonica card so that we can actually see an image there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, and then go to your, where was the illustration? There you go. Go to that and open that up. And then in your images area down below where it says images, harmonica, we're going to replace harmonica. So no, don't hit, yeah, you can hit the three dots, yep. So get rid of the word harmonica out of there.
Okay.
And we're going to
yeah, okay. Sorry.
We're going to replace that with, actually, and get rid of the dot, hit backspace, one more space. We're going to get rid of the dot off of images. All right, now we're going to put two brackets in there, square brackets. Yep. And in between those square brackets, we're going to put a variable that will represent the name of the image. So if we go to row, down below, and we pick activities, right? And we paste that into that area there. Now we got to get rid of the curly braces that are in there. So we can get rid of that part, but and on the left side as well, yep. But now you've got that whatever the current activity is going to pull the image that is named the same as that current activity.
All right.
Okay. Boom.
Okay. Yeah, and the other one won't have any.
Right. Yeah, the others won't have any because you don't have any images named those things. But see how cool that is?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just a question. For you, does it look like a harmonica or is it like really bizarre?
It looks like a harmonica. It's an old school one, but it looks like a harmonica to me.
Because what I did is I've been using DALL-E for my illustrations.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Because since I'm not an artist, And right now, I don't have the means to pay somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of trying to go around the thing, and one day when I have the money to pay somebody, I will replace these images. But right now, I want to be able to produce that so I can show people and I can try to get things going.
Yeah.
So,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So
the only thing is to get with this AI image maker is to actually make images that kind of
that look
have
right.
the same type of have the same type of style.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
So it's not too jarring. So yeah.
So do you understand what we did there with the image?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's really, really fantastic, and that's gonna help me for other things. So that's really useful. And I think let's see. No, that was that's what I wanted to ask so far.
Awesome.
That's really helpful, and I hope that whoever was looking at it was learned something. I don't know.
I mean, we covered a lot of interesting topics. So I think when I post the video, I'll describe the topics that we covered here, and that way, if somebody's looking for, how do I dynamically assign images like we just did there, that'll be in the description, and so they can watch the video and find out how to do that. So yeah, everybody, thank you for watching, and Arnaud, thank you for sharing your project, and we'll be back with another project live stream in the future. Bye, everybody.
But thank you very much.